All right, shalom, shalom. First things first, I want to give honor and praise unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem Machakwadash. And we say Barakati Yahweh, Barakati Yahushai, Barakati Yahweh, Barakati Yahushai, Barakati Yahweh, Barakati Yahushai, Ba'ashem Machakwadash. And we give double honors to our apostles and our elders, which are the apostle elders, a great millstone, which feeds us with knowledge, wisdom, and understanding through the spirit and power of Yahweh Yahushai. 2025, which is the hopeful year about deliverance and the judgment and the destruction of Esau. Jump into this lesson. My last lesson, the sound got cut on it. Salakia, it's one of those hit and miss things. I really don't know what the hell's going on with it, but it is what it is. We just keep moving. This lesson is going to be titled, E is falling from his ivory tower. Esau is falling from his ivory tower. All right, and this article here, I'm going to share this first because you jakes that are attaching yourself onto the society, how long is it going to take for you to know that this is not your rest and these people don't want nothing to deal with you? You're good entertainment, you're a good servant, you're a good slave, but when it comes to morality and respecting you, it's not going to happen. All right, because Yahweh Yahushua has put enmity between us and these Edomites and these nations. There's not going to be a all hold hands and sing kumbaya and light campfires. It's not going to happen. All right, that's why the Lord calls us holy people, separate, where these nations are separating us on the negative level. But on the positive side is the kingdom of heaven when we're separated because we are of royal stock. Everybody doesn't hang with the royals, okay? Even in Esau society, everybody ain't just kicking it with the royal family. Every average Joe ain't just running up in the royal palace and chilling with the queen and king. I guess queen is passed away. But the so-called modern king that's sitting right on the throne now over in England, every average person ain't just kicking it with them. That's why they make it's an exclusive thing. So the same thing with the nation of Israel. Everybody's not going to be joined unto us, okay? It's going to be a separate thing. It's going to be a holy thing. That's why it says the outer courts. That's why Revelation speaks about the outer courts that's given unto the Gentiles, okay? There's an outer court and there's an inner court. Even in the time of the temple, with the high priest, there was a separation even among Israelites because only the priest could go into the holies of holies. No average Israelite could come up in there and just do what he wants. That's death. Saying, and how do I prove that? The man that caught the Ark of the Covenant, he was trying to do something good, but he broke a law. You weren't supposed to touch that ark. Only the priest was. Okay, the Levitical priest line. So he got put to death trying to do a good thing. All right, he was trying to catch it from falling, but hey, that was to show you that hey, there is a separation, and when it comes to certain things and certain laws, you can't break them. All right, so that shows you that we ain't all joined together. But this article says dramatic moments. Man is dragged from queue to see Pope after he started screaming. But in this one, they said that he wasn't able to go see the Pope because of his color, okay? See, let's pull it right here. It says this man who waited very patiently for his turn to go and say goodbye to the Pope remains was turned away and told that the worship service were suspended during this time. He said that white people had come in, so he said, it is because I'm black. I just wanted to say goodbye to him. So the question is yours. Even before God, you want to discriminate against us. And you see these Edomites, they're coming out of the same thing. They just want to see them. Okay, and there you can see all Edomite faces, and they don't give a fuck. They look at Jake as a spectacle. All right, a byword, a proverb. We don't know if he's a Hamite or not. Probably a Hamite. From his spirit and going there, he might be a Hamite or a bugged out Jake. But regardless of it, you see all the faces in there. They just looking like, oh, just another angry nigga. That's why these people look down. So why would we join ourselves to these nations? They ain't looking for you, Jake. They don't give a fuck about you, Jake. They don't worry about your emotions. They don't worry about how you feel in life. You're a second-rate human being, and that's why you see lynch mobs where they would hang Jake in a mob deep because they don't give a fuck, man. Okay, so you Israelites need to take this as a point of sight. You attaching yourself to Most High and Christ blessed, which that is a dogma from the Catholic Church. That's a sister. That's a word and knowledge that the Catholics push. So you should understand that they ain't set up for your benefit. That's why the elites know the name. The elites know the name. They have the scroll going back to the Moabite stone. They know the name. They know the name that we speaking is true. That's why they shook. That's why they're scared, and they're making kid gloves with this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, because they know Yahweh Shem Yahushua is in the midst of this truth, and he's dealing with a certain people, man. So understand that. So I just wanted to make this quick point, and then now let's jump into the main point, because Esau, he is falling from his ivory tower. And how do I know that? So I put depression on rise in 2025. It says worldwide study finds high rates of depression and anxiety in people with chronic pain. And it says women and low income families hit hardest by increased rates of depression. This was 2 weeks ago. So you women that are out here doing what you want to do independent, that's why that depression is there, because you're in a single parent household. You don't have a helpmate. You don't have a helper. That's when a man helps a woman and a woman helps a man. It's vice versa. Okay? It said the CDC study reveals rising depression rates among adolescents and adults, with many cases going untreated in women and low-income family most affected. That's you nigger women. All right? But I just say that because you are joined unto Esau. You gravitate unto this man. So when he goes down, you go down with him. You ain't attached to this truth, because we're being built up. It says, though our outward man perish, our inward man is renewed day by day. So really, we're being uplifted in these times by the way of the prophecies. But it says influence. Let's go down here. It says, that's not on that. Right here. It says, you uncertainty grows in America. It says, with uncertain comes growth, economy, risk of Fed in weight. With uncertainty comes growth in economy. National survey, middle income Americans grapple with growing financial uncertainty. That's all we got to read right there. Okay? Growing, and that's these Edomites. The terrorists, all these things that are happening, they're bringing Esau lower and lower from his ivory tower. The pandemic really started to solidify that, because everybody was shook up. Esau couldn't do it to just a certain demographic. He had to do it a blanketed thing. So he affected his own people, but they never recovered from that. And this is the next article. It says, economic fears surge as Americans brace for uncertainty in mortgage points. American economy seems booked for a long stay in uncertainty city. So these are articles after articles. You can see it. All you got to do is type in uncertainty grows in America, all right, to get all these articles. But the main point is, Esau, you falling from your ivory tower, that high-minded, and I hear Edomites. They're not. Their conversations are they're fake happy. They're trying to bring back that old nostalgia that grandparents had. Their great grandparents. They're trying to bring that. We're still doing all right, but they know that, hey, shit is, the world is hating America. The people that waking up to the scams, the bamboozles, all this thing with China buying, every high brand is coming from China. So they're pretty much being put into a box. But that's the curses, man. Let's get these precepts. This is Deuteronomy 28 verse 65, and it says, among those nations you will find no resting place for the sole of your foot. There the Lord will give you an anxious mind, eyes weary and longing, and despairing of heart. NLT. And there among those nations you will find no peace or place to rest, and the Lord will cause your heart to tremble, your eyesight to fail, and your soul to despair. That's what's happening. Esau's the curses are being fitted. They're being tailor-made, just like you see when somebody goes to a tailor. The tailor has to measure it to fit that person's body to a T. So the Lord is tailor-making these curses to fit these Edomites now. The ones in Babylon, they're going to be pushed away, but the elites, they're going to catch the full brunt of it. The first, they're going to be ground zero of the curses to come in the world to come, which is going to be ruled by you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Now let's read King James Version. It says, "And among these nations shalt thou find no ease, neither shall the sole of thy foot have rest. But the Lord shall give thee there a trembling heart and a failing of eyes and sorrow of mind." Depression. Okay, let's do this. Watch this. Deuteronomy 30 and verse 1. And it says, "And when all these blessings and curses have I said before you come on you, and you take them to heart, whether the Lord your power despaired." Hold on, let's read KJ. "And it shall come to pass when all these curses, when all these things are come upon thee, and blessings and the curses which I have set before thee, thou shalt call them to mind among all the nations whither the Lord thy power has driven thee." And we've done that. Okay. And it says that then the Lord thy power will turn thy captivity and have compassion upon thee, and will return and gather thee from all nations. That's where you get the Gentiles, the Israelite foreigners. Okay. "Whether the Lord thy power has scattered thee, and if any of thine be driven out unto uttermost parts of heaven." Okay. Babylon the Great, the uttermost parts. "From thence will the Lord thy power gather thee by what? The knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. And from thence will he fetch thee. And the Lord thy power will bring thee into the land which thy fathers possessed, and thou shalt possess it. And he will do thee good and multiply thee above thy fathers." So we're going to have more children than the Israelites that were prior, because we're going to have to bring back the nation of Israel through what you call reincarnation and compilation. Put that together. Reincarnation through compilation. All right, so the main point is these Edomites are falling from the ivory tower. All the things that they've held in such high regards is being taken away. And Yahweh Shem Yahushua is giving rest unto the Israelites, that ones that have waken up to this truth, that have come back with mourning and grief and sorrow for the things that have happened and done to us. And we're calling unto Yahweh Shem Yahushua to redeem us again. Those are the ones that are being comforted in these times. To those that don't want Yahweh Shem Yahushua, you're going to catch hell with Esau, man. All right, so with that, I want to say call hello, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rechak Wadash. Until the next time, I say shalom, and more now than ever, keep faith. Shalom.